Yeah. What's good, Dexter?
You already know, my boy. You already know we back, my boy. We back at it.
We back at it. We
Yes,
back
sir.
at it. Episode 12. We're gonna get into this rabbit hole. You already know, Juneteenth edition. Happy Juneteenth, bro.
Happy Juneteenth, my guy. Happy Juneteenth.
Yeah, you already know the skis, man. How you been, man? What's been going on?
Um, Everything is everything, man. You know, another day, another coin trying to get stacked. But other than that, same thing, man. You know, my days consist of being a dad. You feel me? And that's really all my life is these days. You feel me? I get my excitement here coming to talk to the people.
Yeah. It'd be like that. It'd be like that,
Mhm.
man. We decided to stream this thing live right now. We're gonna get into the rabbit hole on this Juneteenth. How you feel about it though, B? Like how you feel about this Juneteenth, man? Celebration and you know being a federal holiday only in like
I
30
get my
states.
excitement here coming to talk. Nah, I'm sorry about that. My bad for the replay in the background.
Yeah, I know what's going on.
Nah, man. Listen, I got mixed feelings about this day, man. Like mixed feelings, very mixed feelings. For many different reasons. You feel me? It's just I'm not really too heavy of a holiday guy anyway. You
Uh-huh.
feel me? But yeah, I mean, listen, if this is what the people want to celebrate, I'm not gonna be the one to be like, yo, whatever. I mean, listen, to each his own. You feel me? I take that approach with a lot of things. So to each his own. I'm really not like a super big fan of
Right,
holidays in general. You
right.
feel me? And you know, this one is just it's a little gimmicky to me. You feel me? Like I, I,
What's
I feel
up?
I feel like it's definitely a little gimmicky. So you know, I just try to stay away from the gimmick part of it. You feel me?
What makes it gimmicky though? Like, what you feel like it's because it's like, oh, they finally like gave us a holiday or gave us our holiday or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, bro. I mean, pretty much. And like, think about it. Like, it's they done corporatized that thing. You feel me?
Sure, for
So
sure.
I don't even know, bro. Like, I mean, listen. I think people just need at this point, people just need a reason to get together, but or do whatever they gonna do. But son, I ain't really for it. You feel me? Like, I ain't too into it.
I could dig it. I could dig it, son. Like Sis said, do they know what they really celebrate? And like my whole thing on Juneteenth, like I fucks with it. I fucks with anything that's dealing with us holistically. You dig what I'm saying? And I just wanted to know it's like a recognition. It's a celebration of a recognition to be recognized, but it's so much tedious information or misinformation that come with this said holiday. Being that Biden, I think it was Biden who made it a federal holiday, like in 2021 or some shit like that. But it's like missing gaps between like the Emancipation, the Proclamation was January 1st, 1961. So that was the real, you know, freed slaves. And there's so much history back then, even dealing with Lincoln. You know, a lot of misinformation that Lincoln freed the slaves. Like first of all, let's get into this Lincoln thing and the Emancipation Proclamation. Now, his sole idea was not just to free slaves. That wasn't on his itinerary. Like, yo, I'm gonna get in office. I'm a free slave because for one, he wasn't an he was a colonizer.
Abolition.
Yeah,
All right.
he was a colonizer. You see what I'm saying? So he wanted to freedom, free us, and send us away. You see what I'm saying? But it was only for the union of the army. His whole idea was to protect and serve and modify the union of the army, and that happened to be freed the slaves by default. So we actually got freed by default. You see what I'm saying? So he made this, and he sent one of his top generals. And the last part, the middle part of it was in Gaston, Texas, Galveston, Texas. It was so many people. And now this is like 2 years later. night by 1665, like, yo, y'all know y'all free out this motherfucker, right? They're like, oh shit, word. And then another thing, it was so many freed slaves that decided to stay in slavery, age, because they was old or content with the living, didn't know what to do, health issues. Majority of the young and healthy, they like, yo, fuck it, we out. But so many of us decided to stay in captivity. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's the and that's the crazy part about the whole thing. And then you got January 1st, 1961. Then you got June 16th, June 19th, 1965. Then you got December 18th. December 18th was like the final stage of all freed slaves coming from Texas, like that, like it. And this is like 2 years later. So it should be January 1st, not just the New Year's, June 16th, December 18th. Because December 18th was what? That's when the 13th Amendment got written into law.
Nah, listen, I feel like, man, listen, I feel like, and this might sound crazy, but I feel like none of them dates, like, I don't know, bro. I just feel like them shits ain't really important. Like, even like, I feel like the date, they're like historic things happen.
Right.
Feel me? Like, but son, that I feel like that's a part of the mindset of staying in that shit. You feel me? Like, when you want to, like, and I'm not saying erase the history and none of that shit, but I'm just saying, like, at some point, a motherfucker got it, like they give a motherfucker handouts, but not the shit that we deserve. You feel me? Like, they'll give a motherfucker everything except for reparations. You feel me? Like, so listen, they'll give us everything except for reparations, bro. Like, and I'm not saying because look, we've had this conversation. We know niggas gonna fuck that money up, but at the same time, son, they'll rather give small pockets because they got their helpers that's on their side that make it seem like the little shit that they doing for us is something major. But that shit don't be about nothing. You feel me? Like, and that thank you massa shit that motherfuckers be doing, like, that shit is whack. Like, son, so, and I'm not saying that this holiday or even celebrating this holiday is us saying thank you massa, but man, I'm off that shit. Like, that shit, that it's a mind. No, it's a mindset, bro. Like, it's a mindset, and I try not to let it affect me on a day-to-day basis. You feel me? But my psyche know what's up. You feel me? Like, so I try not to hold a chip. You feel me? And nothing like that. But son, don't give me no handouts. Like, son, if we have
if you think about it, son, if you think about it, like, the whole thank you massa mentality shouldn't just be, you know, for slavery. Then if we gonna cater to that thank you massa mentality, then it should be for allowing us to vote. Then it should be allowing us to read. You see what I'm saying? Allowing us to travel, like, all that things. If we're gonna entertain that thank you massa mentality,
like listen, right? So you ever been in a situation or at a job somewhere where they buy y'all lunch or some shit? You feel me? And listen, look, what's the first shit they buy? I mean, some people try to be modest and buy pizza. You feel me? Like, but chicken. Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, what make you look? I don't even eat that. Like y'all. So y'all just under the assumption we just happy y'all bought some chicken in this motherfucker, right? Nah, man. Like, get some other shit. Get some Chinese food. You feel me? Like, get some other shit. You feel me?
And son is right. Son is right. Suge is right, man. They do the same thing with Black History Month or Black History Week, but it's like largely us. You know what I'm saying? We trying to out black the next out black when it comes around these specific holidays or celebrations, by trying to compare who know the most, who's more historically inclined. Or it ain't all about that. It's just, you know, the recognition. You understand? We was 3/5 of a man, and then when the Confiscation Act came into place in 1961, being property, and if you was somewhere else that you ain't need to be, they could come and fucking snatch your ass up. Like slavery was real, B, and it was so real that they trying to erase the history because you got a lot of these people, woke people, starting to realize what was going on. And then when too many people start asking questions, some people got to start explaining themselves. What happened? What the fuck is going on? And tagging on reparations, like reparations shouldn't just be monetary. You see what I'm saying? Like when a large percent of the people of us think about reparations, we take it into a monetary aspect, and it shouldn't be just that, because for one, as soon as we get the money, like you said, we're gonna fuck it up or give it back to them. Or give it back to them, son. So reparations should be shit like free healthcare or living tax free
So no, but listen, look, but it's my choice whether I want to fuck it up or not. Let me get that, big dog. Like, look, let me look, and you look, so look, and I don't mean you feel me? Look, I don't mean to be no bullshit, but look, nah. First of all, let me get that. Like, you feel me? Like, that's not your decision whether I'm gonna fuck it up, give it right back to Uncle Sam, or none of that shit. Let me get that, and look, a light bulb might go off once I get it, but who the fuck knows? And we'll never know. Let me get my bread. And let me fuck it up. Because look, what'd you say?
Point blank period. Let me get that dough.
Absolutely.
So reparations should be monetary off rip. No land, no resources, no entitled resources, just money. And if it should be money, how much money do you think we should be entitled to?
I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna say yes because all of those, like with the land and stuff like that, son, they still have the power to gatekeep some of the resources that we would like to do or what we would like to use. You feel me? Like all the permits and shit that we might need, son, they still gonna gatekeep that shit because we don't own none of that shit. Even though we gonna have this bread, it's still obstacles we gonna have to go through. But the money will make that shit easier. And if somebody like me or you was to help build our own infrastructure, then maybe we can help fund or create a bank or some type of system for that type of shit. But son, it's up to us. And that shit is only imaginary unless they give us the money. You feel me? Like we could talk about that shit left and right, say what we gonna do, how we want to play it, boom, boom, boom. But son, it's imaginary. They got to give us the money. Like, so some of us will be responsible.
Yeah,
a lot of us
will.
Right, but it's an extreme amount with no values of us that will be irresponsible. You feel me? Like, so the most that we could do, the ones that's gonna be responsible, we could fuck up a couple commas. You feel me? Like, but we still gotta like do what we gotta do. But we can't do it if they don't give us the money, or it's not an option if we don't get the bread to be able to even make it happen. You feel me? So monetary. Let me get that.
So accepting reparations, would that be a thank you, massa?
Would that be a thank you, massa?
I mean,
hell yeah. But listen, listen. I'm willing to concede some shit now. Like I listen. You got to pick and choose your battles, my boy. Like don't look. You can call me a coon. You can call me whatever you want. But let me get that bread and thank you, sir. Like I don't give a fuck. Like let me get it. Once I get it, then I can flex
so
and
so that goes back to saying what I was saying before. Then anything that's accepted for them is under the thank you, master mentality.
So nah, but a holiday is some bullshit. You feel me? Like a holiday is some bullshit. Us getting off work and people having a free day is some bullshit. Like them closing schools is some bullshit. Like, son, think about in the beginning of the school year. In the beginning of the school year, it's like 5 fucking Jewish holidays back to back. You like, God damn, these motherfuckers just went back to school. But here go Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur already. You feel me? Like, nah, fuck that. Like, bruh, I ain't with it, my boy. I ain't with it. But
so it's the holiday part that you ain't like that you're
it's
not
the pandering. It's the pandering. Look, it's the pandering part. You feel me? It's the pandering part. It's them pandering to us, and some of us being stupid as hell and not really seeing the okie doke. You feel me? Like, son, they pander to us, just like they.
It's you got white.
It's a rabbit.
White guilt.
It's a rabbit. It's always a rabbit in that hat, bro. It's always a rabbit in that shit.
You don't think it's a guilt move? It could be a guilt move. It could be a guilt move. You see what I'm saying?
Let the
Like
guilt,
all that shit, the allowing the
son.
allowing.
Yeah, let the guilt move. Listen, do the ultimate guilt move. That's all I'm saying. Look, do the ultimate guilt move. You feel me? Like, do the ultimate one. Fuck that. Cause man, listen, I'm not running with that shit. I gotta let them know, bro. Give me that bread. You feel me? Like a holiday is cool. Like shout out to the people that's into that. But for me, that's not enough. You feel me? Like, and I'm not gonna just be like, oh my God, it's a holiday. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Because at the end of the day, that's a little bit of a scam. You feel me? And just like my sister said, they are the ones capitalizing, man. They the ones making the bread. We not capitalizing.
My
I
bad, yo. I had a
guarantee,
phone call, man.
I guarantee they won't allow us to be the ones to capitalize off of Juneteenth. I'm sure even the word Juneteenth is trademarked somewhere by a white person. I can guarantee you that shit. Like, I don't know for sure,
All
but
this
I got
shit
like
is,
an
son,
80, huh?
all this shit is part of my soul, bro. I had a fucking phone call. I had to end real quick, man.
Son, it's all good. You heard? Look, I just threw my
Yeah,
arm up. Listen, I just threw my arm up and carried the load.
you
Pause.
heard. But at the same time, getting back to what we was talking about,
Right.
the pandering, the mockery of it. Of course, all that shit is a profitable gain off the expenses of us. Now we have to. With that being said, we have to become more alert to the plays that's being played. Like we said, you can't beat the Monopoly man in Monopoly because every time you get close, they're gonna change up the rules. So we have to cease and desist our own. Okay, that's what we got. Just like integration and segregation. Like they wanted to integrate this, that, then third, and then the other people that wasn't for the integration. Like, well, if this say blacks only, then let's take care of what's only for blacks. You see what I'm saying? Let's take care of that. Sometimes it ain't what they give us, it's what they won't give us that we take ownership of, like soul food. We took advantage of soul food, and it wasn't really soul food. We don't have no traditional meals, but we'll have collard greens, hog maws, chitlins. Those were scraps that we made a mountain out of traditionally. Now everybody bringing that baked macaroni and cheese, that pan of chitlins. So is that not a thank you massa mentality as well?
Nah, hell no. That's culture, nigga. We struggle. We struggle to survive.
How is that culture? The scraps?
Hold on. Because listen, do you understand how far and how many generations that shit traveled though? Like, think about where it's at now. It's a lot of kids. So listen, it's dying because it's a lot of kids that they be like, oh no, I don't want none of that shit. But it's a lot of adults. It's a lot of adults, me included, that can't wait to Thanksgiving and Christmas to go to a family member's house and eat certain dishes. You feel me? So kids, but listen, hold on. So that shit survived a lot of generations, bro.
It had no.
So they sell pig feet. So they got pig feet in a jar at the corner store, bro. Like.
So that make it cool. That's acceptable.
What you mean? Do that make it cool?
It's because they got like according to said dietary, son. A lot of the slaves were vegans because they wasn't eating that shit. I'm not eating this. What the fuck? I'm not eating that. You know, it was a lot of vegan slaves, man. That shit was scraps. Like, if we give us a traditional meal.
So what the fuck? All right, so look, vegan slaves, right? What they was eating?
Not none of that shit.
Nah, but what they was eating though, like that's what I wanted. What they was eating?
Yeah.
They was growing crops and shit and eating them. Or
Absolutely,
what?
son. Sneak growing, like sneak managing. They were sneak growing. They were sneaking and doing a lot of shit for survival, B.
So I understand that. But listen, what I'm saying is, bro, I'm not listen. It's nothing wrong with people eating what they want to eat, bro. Like some of the oldest people in this country eat some of the worst shit. You feel me? Like, so you in the South. Or was in the South or South adjacent. So you know down there, they eat all type of shit. Motherfuckers live to 93, 97, all that shit down there. Like, son, because it's a slower pace.
A lot of them grew their shit.
Son,
a lot of shit wasn't processed.
Son, what about the chicken feet and shit that they eating? like, what the fuck? What about the chicken? What about the chicken feet, yo? Like, they down there eating all type of shit.
Well, I'm telling you. Look, do you?
Yeah,
do
this is
your
what I'm
research.
saying, Kima. Look, you hear it, right, Kima?
Do your
Talking about
research.
vegan slaves. Like, come on, man. Like, and look, he create. Look, this is what I go through, Kima.
Nah, I'm trying to tell you this shit. This is why it's the rabbit hole.
Him and these goddamn vegan slaves I got to deal with.
I'm trying to. This is the rabbit hole, son. That shit was ripped, bro. They was growing their own shit privately, sneakily, amongst a whole bunch of other shit, man. Motherfuckers wasn't really off that fucking. Oh damn, you just gonna pull a whole. That's dookie. That's real life dookie.
That's not the only part that they ate though. See how you locking in on the chitlins and shit. So like,
but that's what we was only allowed. So that's the only thing they was giving us.
But they ate more than that.
Like what?
So what
like
you
what,
mean?
dude?
Like what? Son, they ate more than that. So
like
they
what,
probably, bro, it was other
they was
animals.
at the table.
Hold on, wait. So it wasn't no cows and shit at this time. So they didn't have no beef or chicken in their diet. Their diet consisted of.
They wasn't getting the best parts of it. Anything.
So hold on, bro. We not talking about
getting the best parts of it.
So, bro, that's just not what you said. We talking about pork. You talking about the pig. I'm saying they ate other things. They had to eat other things, bro. Like they ate other things. They ate vegetables and shit too. But it wasn't just like.
Right, that's part of the dietary. I'm talking specifically about the worst parts of any and everything that you can consume. Any part of any consumptions was the worst parts was given down. The fat back and all that shit. They wasn't getting the
fat back is amazing.
And all that, the good parts of the calf.
So I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you making it seem like
cow tongues and shit.
You making it seem like all they had was the work. Like I understand what you're saying, but they wasn't eating. What I'm saying is they wasn't eating hog maws every day. That's what I'm saying.
Are you freaking kidding me, son? They was eating whatever they can eat. That was like you don't understand, son.
Son, so what about the one you just said they was growing shit too? Like so they wasn't.
That was the sneaky part of their harvest. Now they had sneaky harvests.
So
you did because they didn't want to eat that shit. You heard?
So I understand that.
I
understand that, but
we're not talking about the early parts. I'm talking about the midway, about maybe 150 years into slavery. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Slaves didn't come from Africa. These were people that was turned and made slaves. So these people still possessed certain type of skills. Blacksmith, carpenters, doctors, medicine, whatever, and was made slaves. So they didn't lose none of these skills. So a lot of them was putting this shit together, was like, man, I'm not eating that shit.
So listen, look. Son, I'm fucking with you, bro. Look,
I know.
I'm fucking with you. Listen, look. So I know we always. So listen, I know I know they did us dirty. You heard? I know they did us bad. I know they did us filthy. You heard? Like so, but I'm fucking with you, man. I know how the shit go, my nigga.
Yeah, I know. Hey yo, don't take this shit. This with me and this dude. We trigger. We go back and forth. He's definitely a contrarian. Just thought. We don't like to use the word devil's advocate. Because we authentic in spirit, so my boy's definitely a contrarian, and this is how we do the trigger thought. You know what I mean? But yeah, my man, Dip, Dip, I fucked them up with the vegan slaves, though.
I say, this nigga crazy, man. Like, no, because listen, I can see if you said vegetarian slaves, right? But so look, you yelling vegan slaves. Like, I'm like, yo, come on, man. Now I got to go now. Like, now I got to put the jab out there, man. Like, vegan slaves.
Hey, yo, look, you know my motherfucking wordplay is a little different. I'm gonna juggle that motherfucking word, man.
So yeah, you already know. So that shit was funny as hell, but yeah, man, like. Kiva said, well, hold on. I don't hear no vegan slaves.
This is why this is the rabbit hole. This is what
Right.
LooshAndDip do, man. This is what
Right,
we
right,
do,
right.
man. We ain't talk about what everybody else talking about. You heard? We going this is authentic in spirit, man. Straight like that.
Right.
But yeah, they definitely did us dirty though. And now speaking that we on slavery, okay, here's where I'm a little confused at. Right? Now we got all these slavery museums and shit, right? And they got the chains, the masks, the huts, etc., right?
Right.
But no damn slave boat. Not a bark, not a hall. Like, there's no piece of a slave ship in no slavery museum, bro. That I know of.
So what that mean?
I don't know, son. It's either we were already here.
Yeah, go ahead. Listen, yeah, don't say you don't know and then start saying it. Go ahead. You gotta look. Yeah, look. Don't say you don't know and then start saying it, nigga. Look, tell me, look, what the fuck? Look, what do that mean? Yeah, break it down.
We were already here,
right?
Or we were already here.
I don't know, bro.
Because you got to think about this shit, man. Okay, but the Titanic. I'm gonna get into that Titanic thing too, because that's got some shit going on with that. Because that's one of the biggest boats that historically known, and I'm gonna get into that though, right? But this slave shit, right now, this said slave shit was by a pirate, known pirate or labeled pirate, Sir John Henry Hawkins, right? And this was in the like mid 1500s. I want to say like 1550, between 1550 and 1565, during a protesting era under the Queen Elizabeth II. Now Sir John Henry Hawkins was the main ship builder, and he used to go across and said these voyages, and from Portugal to France and Florida and things like that, and and he would have captives. This is said to speak, right? So Sir John Henry Hawkins, Queen Elizabeth II, and your man King James, the version King James Bible. That was all. They all three had a lot to play in the early parts of slavery, because this is why we pay taxes, because we so much in debt to England. You know what I mean? Now, under the protesting era with Queen Elizabeth II, Sir John Henry Hawkins, and King James, right? So your man Sir John, and the name of that boat was Jesus de la Butte. It was named Jesus. That whole scene, waiting on Jesus' return. They was waiting on that boat to come back if it ever did. Now you gotta think about a voyage, right? You gotta think about a voyage. Now this voyage from point A to point B to the Americas was like 6 to 9 months. Hauling cattle, cringed up conditions. The living conditions was crazy. Shit, piss, throw up. Teaching each other language. Amistad will probably give you a better description of that. But you gotta question the logic of this shit. Now, and said this is what Malcolm X was really assassinated for, because he wanted to bring the U.S. up on charges for the 250 million slaves that was dumped across the Middle Passage. And they said that a shark still swims that path because of so many countless bodies was thrown over because of illnesses, rebellions, and too much to haul at that time. So you got to think about 6 to 9 months, a 6 to 9 month voyage, my boy. That's a long time. That's a long time.
Son, that's definitely a long time when you head to foot with motherfuckers. Listen, when you head to foot with motherfuckers tied up in the bottom of a boat laying down or some shit.
Bottom of
I'm only going off the picture, like from what I see in the picture. So like how they had them quarters in the bottom of them boats. You feel me? Like that was crazy. That shit was like crazy. And for you to have to be on the water for 9 months straight. Son, like how, like what the fuck? Son, well, first of all, what was they feeding them at that point, right?
If they were feeding them.
If they was feeding them, that's a long ass trip. Like, and who's to say that every driver of every boat knew exactly where the fuck they was going all the time? Like, son, it's like with no GPS. How the fuck was they navigating the like these seas and shit?
Coordinates, like that map reading was like real big. Like being able to read a map, and you had people that was illiterate but can read a map based off coordinates and landmarks and bodies of water, like all that shit played in. That's why them pirates and them captains, they was like held at the highest form because they was able to like read a map so good and literally and estimate how long it would take to get there to get to these goods. Because you can't like, yo, I got fucking tons of fucking flour and tobacco and 10,000 slaves. I'm gonna get there in about 9 months because it's based off said coordinates and et cetera, et cetera. So they get there, whatever the case may be. Now we in the 1500s. We in the 1500s now. You know, the first thing they did with us was took our language, took our God, and took our culture. You see what I'm saying? Now remember, the first 100 years we weren't allowed to read. The first 100 years we weren't allowed to read because it was the dehumanizing. And how now even Constantine spoke on this too. When in 60 almost 68% of the slaves the Africans turned slaves that was on this land were Muslim, and they spoke Arabic, right? So and they would take them through so much torment, and they would say, you know, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. So it was it was Henry Hawkins who brought that idea to Queen Elizabeth II, and she brought that same rhetoric to fucking King James. And the rhetoric was, we have to remove whoever this Allah is. We have to remove their God and give them ours. First 100 years we couldn't read. First thing they did allow us to read was what? The Bible. And right around that time, the printers was invented. That's crazy. So they removed our God, gave us another one. The boat name was Jesus. I'm waiting on Jesus' return. You couldn't learn how to read, so someone had to teach you how to read. The only people that can teach you how to read is the motherfuckers that know how to read, and clearly it wasn't us because it wasn't our language. It wasn't our language. So who you think who taught us how to read? The people that ain't teach you right, ain't treat you right, gonna teach you right? That don't make sense to me. That don't make sense to me. You see what I'm saying? All this shit was like, first of all, evil and genius. Like, I take my hat off to the planning and sticking to the script of said group of people. Like that, from slave owner to slave making, to slave makers, to buck breaking, the collective effort amongst a group of people to bestow a said doctrine on a whole entire development of people. Like, that is crazy. But people don't like to talk about it. We don't like to talk about that. The sensitivity of that. Like, you could ask a 14-year-old child, tell you something about slavery. And it's either A, they ain't gonna be able to tell you anything, or something they already thought they knew or seen. But if you ask a 14-year-old kid about the Holocaust, they're gonna tell you everything about it and show you pictures of their great-great-great-great-grands and survivors of the Holocaust. The Holocaust lasted 3 years. Not taking away anything. It was fucked up. It shouldn't have happened, whatever the case may be, but it lasted 3 years. And it's not the most, huh?
That's it?
Hell yeah.
3 years?
Maybe 4.
So, I don't know. I feel like that shit was longer than that.
No, slavery was. And it was the most televised. It was televised. See, the Holocaust, the difference between slavery and the Holocaust.
No. Look, so, leave that shit. Leave that. Leave that shit over there, fam. Leave that shit over there. We ain't fucking with that. You feel me? Cause that ain't.
Hey yo.
Yeah, look. Son, cuz, man, like that ain't so that ain't That, not for no controversial reasons. You feel me? I feel like that shit don't really deserve no attention at this present moment. Yeah. Yeah, nah, so look, let that shit slide, Drew. Like,
Hey yo.
yeah, let that shit slide. I don't want
Let that shit slide.
it ain't even about Mark neither. Like, I don't give like I ain't gonna say what I was about to say about Mark, but yeah, nah, I ain't tripping on that. Like, but so nah, that shit was it is what it is. You feel me? If it was somebody to speak on the behalf of that, I'm sure that they would say it was longer and it was a whole bunch of shit. You feel me? Like, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, that's what I'm trying to say, Kima. You feel me? Like, that ain't. Feel me? We can talk about that on Rosh Hashanah, man. Like, you feel me? Like,
Hey yo.
we can definitely talk about that on Rosh Hashanah, man. Like, get them. I don't got no smoke for none of that. Like, but I don't want no trouble neither. You heard? Cause Loosh was about to Loosh was about to go in. Like, listen, man. Like, nah, big bro. Like, chill. Oh my God, man. But
Hey yo.
yeah.
Nah. I was though. I'm glad you stopped me because I was though. I was like, look, but at the same, that's why I said it's the rabbit hole. Be like, I be into that. I be like down there chilling with mad carrots and shit, and
Pause.
pause. But at the same time, Juneteenth is something that should be recognized though. Um, the more you talk about it, the more exposure we gain, the more information that we recycle. It ain't all about who know the most or who's the better historian when it comes, because that's what black people do. Like we do that a lot. We like, yo, the white folks don't give a fuck about us. The Mexicans always worried about the Mexicans. The Arabs don't even worry about the Arabs. Here come Loosh with this black people stuff. Like, damn, what the fuck? What we doing? like what we doing? That shit don't make sense. Like, everybody want to be black till the police come. Then you want to be blacker than black. Like, it's not about out blacking. It's not about out blacking. There's no fucking manual on how to be black. It's just a feeling. It's a culture. Because you could be a part of the race and not be a part of the culture.
Look at Suge comment. For real, Suge. Listen, look. Yeah, for real. Listen. And listen, look. And listen, bro. Look, I like your color. I like your color scheme today that you got going on over there, man. Like, I definitely like that. I like how you put that together, man. That black on, like you did something there, man. So I like how you. I like how you did that, man. Oh shit. Yo, I ain't really cut you off. Where you going, son? Like, where you going? Oh shit. But I ain't doing it, man. We ain't messing with them people, man. And definitely not today. You feel me? Like, it ain't even really about them today. You already know what it's about. You feel me? It's about my brother Loosh. It up. You feel me? Because he definitely get busy. And it's a rabbit hole, man. So we just here to give up some information to let y'all know that we ain't really come to play today. I'm here to get on his nerves and make shit funny. You feel me? Because he is crazy, man. And I'll be having to keep my bro on his toes. You feel me? And I feel like we compliment each other in that regard. You feel me? Like,
phone calls, man.
son, yeah, I already know what it is, man. But I got us. You heard? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I got us. You heard?
That's why I love you, B. That's why I love you, B.
I appreciate it. You heard?
Yo, son, that shit is crazy, B. That like, and we had a different hour and shit. I'm phone calls. I gotta send out a group text. Like, I'm streaming. Like, leave. Like, yes, we do this every Wednesday. But for the most part, man, I fucks with y'all how y'all fuck with me, man. Like the LooshAndDip show, we talk different, man. we podcast different, man. We ain't talking about people. We talking about situations. We triggering thought, and hopefully y'all can still continue to fuck with us, man. Hit that like, that share, comment, the bell, notification. That shit is free 99.
Big
That
free 99. You're
That shit is free 99. So what you got? Any closing words? Because we got another joint to do later on.
nah, man. I ain't really got too much to say, man. But happy Juneteenth to everybody out there. And man, I'm chilling, man. Just working, more work to do, focus. You feel me? And that episode that we talked about, you feel me? We definitely gotta get, look, we definitely gotta get Kima back on. You heard? Cause Kima is
waiting on you, Suge. Like, damn, son. Like,
nah, listen, look, he busy. You heard? He busy. You gotta get an autograph from that nigga when you see him. You heard? He that type of busy. You feel me? But nah, man, I appreciate the conversation, bro. We gonna chop this up, put it together, and make sure it fly how it's supposed to. And I appreciate you, man, for sharing some insight with the people. You heard?
Yeah, for sure. Likewise, brother Dipster. So in the closing words, we are authentic in spirit.